We have a couple of people logging in. We'll get going in a minute. How's it going? How's it going, Tammy?
Good.
How's your month starting off?
Pretty busy
Good.
and wet.
Oh yeah, it's raining.
Yeah. Oh yeah, having a little stormy weather.
That's good stuff.
How's the
So
snow?
it snowed a little bit today, but not too bad. I rented a Jeep just in case because I'm on location. I'm not doing this at home. I'm on location. So I made it just so if it does get bad, I can still make it home. But yeah, not too bad. It's probably snowed an inch last night, so not too bad. And I think it's going to rain here this week, which is weird. We don't get a lot of rain here at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a little different. So Mr. or Mrs. Grimes, I'm not sure which is which. They logged in. I haven't been able to get them on audio yet, or I'm not sure if they're having difficulties. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Well,
so who is that? And who is? Go ahead.
Well, I guess maybe Jacody is going to be. Jacody's the one she said was leaving Grimes.
Okay.
So maybe, I don't know. Maybe both of them are just going to do the 9 o'clock class.
Okay, cool. And who is Mr. Ridow here?
Melvin, he is the other advisor.
Awesome, man. So we got Melvin and Jacoby or Jacody?
Jacody.
Awesome. I'm put that in my notes so I remember. Cool.
That Melvin's not
the warranty section. It only takes about 30 minutes to do this class. So yeah, we'll get them in and out and see if we can plant the seeds for some classes in the future, see what they're interested in, like we're doing at Lake Country.
Yeah.
I like Lake Country folks. They're nice.
Yeah.
They're good peeps.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And their manager's really on board of, trying to get them rolling, plugging in some policy and.
Yeah. And Jacody, if you can hear or see me, either one is fine. The stuff that I give you today, I'm actually recording this session. So I'll send Tammy a link to it so you can listen to it later if you want. If you have the capability of taking notes, obviously you can. I'm going to share my screen with you guys here in a minute, and it has all of the information on it. So again, it will be on the recording. So there's not a lot of note taking. And once we begin, the class that we're giving today will last about 30 minutes.
So the manager says she's trying to join from her cell and keeps getting meeting ID invalid.
Okay, so let's do this. Oh, here we go. Here's someone. We'll see if she can get the manager's name, isn't it Ursula?
Ursica.
Well, I think this is her then.
UCA, Ursica.
Yeah, she's logging in now, so that's good.
Good. Okay. So can Melvin or Jacody, can y'all hear us?
And again, if you don't have access to audio, you can just drop a yes in the chat so we'll know that we're good to go to begin. And like I said, this is more of a lecture class than I normally give. I'll spot shadow some classes that are available to you and your team. But if you can hear us, yeah, just drop something in the chat and let me know if you don't mind. And Ursica, same for you. If you can hear us okay, if you could drop a yes in the chat, or obviously if you want to enable your audio, we can talk.
Hey, can you guys hear us? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I sure can.
I called in. It's like I couldn't get in from my cell, so we are having some difficulties. We can see you guys. I can hear because I've called in. So I'm on the call on my cell, but I'm watching you guys on the screen. Likewise, I see the guys that we all have it up, but we're having some problem with audio. And even when I try to get in there and quickly chat, I'm not sure what's going on, but we are here. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I wanted to discuss with you and your team really what I consider to be the number one reason why your team should offer mock services to your customers. So first, a little introduction. My name is Mitch. I'm the corporate trainer for Mock Central. And essentially all that means is I have a really big territory. I do training from Salt Lake City to Memphis, Tennessee, South. I have about 2,000 clients that I call upon to do various training classes. Tammy has access to all the information as well, but as a follow-up after this class, I will send her a link to this course and the offerings of some other courses to see if you guys want to do some ongoing training. All of the training that you get with me is totally free for being a mock customer. So first thing is just, again, I want to say thank you for being a partner with us, and hopefully some of the things that we discuss, like we're about to in a few minutes, will just help you guys make some more money. And that's really the only reason that I'm here to help, is to help you guys make more money, offer things that are valuable to the customer in a way that will come off genuine and special to your customers. So at any time during this, if you want to chime in, if you have a question or concern, let me know. But Tammy thought it best that we begin with our mock warranty. So the first thing that I normally ask is, you guys sell scores of services each month. Are you using the warranty? Do you share it with your customers? I hope that you do. One of the suggestions, yeah, see, chat's working. So awesome. So you can drop a line here in the chat and answer the question then. How often do you guys share with the customer that they get a mock warranty? Here's what happens so often throughout my region. Customer comes in, they're a loyal customer, like many customers at Kinsel are loyal customers. They're repeat customers. Their grandfather came to Kinsel, their dad came to Kinsel, their mom came to Kinsel, and now they're going to Kinsel. So they're loyal customers. You get to know them as family and friends. They do purchase a service that you offer. We'll say that they offer a coolant exchange to one of those customers, and they purchase it. Like many people in Southeast Texas, you travel a lot with your children, you travel a lot for entertainment. So we're going to say that this particular customer travels for select baseball, which is popular in the area. And they go up to Dallas to play in regionals. And they do a coolant service, but you don't share the warranty with them. They go up to Dallas, and around Madisonville, their vehicle begins to overheat. They limp into Bill Fick Ford. Bill Fick Ford lets them know that, yeah, man, I mean, we can fix this water pump on this this 4Runner, except, for us, it's a special order part. If we're doing it on Saturday, it's going to cost you $1,400 to do. And the customer says, well, I got to get the kids to Dallas. So yeah, go ahead and knock it out. And they stroke a check for $1,400. When if we would have shared with them that that service came with a warranty, I would have paid the $1,400. So the first thing that I just want to share with you guys before we begin about the coverage itself is I really hope that you embrace it. I hope that you see it valuable enough to share it with your customers. And at the end of the class, I will share with you how I use this so we can sell some more products. So what I'm going to do is share my screen. And again, I have put in the chat a document. You can download it on your phone and follow along. But again, I'm going to have it on my screen, and this is being recorded. I'll send you guys the recording. So I'm going to make it as easy as I can to remember this information. So as I pull up my screen, I want to share with you first that my mock warranties have 2 catches, and the 2 catches are in bold. First thing is the vehicle has to be 10 years old or newer and have 100,000 miles or fewer to qualify. The other little catch is this is for personal vehicles, not business vehicles or not industrial trucks. So vehicles that are 12,500 pounds or fewer. Now, how I count the years is the current year, current calendar year backwards. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. So 2012 Toyotas and newer that have 100,000 miles or fewer qualify. Now, what is the warranty? So the scenario that I give to my clients is, say a customer comes in with their 4Runner, they have 72,000 miles on their vehicle. If they do any of the fluid exchanges, they all qualify for the exact same warranty. Brake, coolant, diff, power steering, trans. If they do any of those services with 72,000 miles, their warranty would go from 72,000 to 102,000 miles. In the event that they choose to do another service at 102, they can extend that warranty to 132, 162, 192, and that process can go on forever. Okay, so it should become a retention tool, which we'll talk about in a few moments. Now, last catch before we get to the good stuff, there is a waiting period on the initial service. The waiting period is 60 days and 750 miles. What this does is just protect you and I from shenanigans. A customer, is doing boat launches a bunch in Taylor's Bayou. He starts feeling a little howling in the rear end. He comes in and says, hey, I want to get a diff service done. And then 2 days later, he comes back with a howling rear end. So there is that waiting period, but that's just on the initial service. So the subsequent services have no waiting period at all. Now, there are 2 tiers of coverage, and this is important when we're strategizing. Now, my sales and strategy class is a different course. Again, if you want to sign up for that, we can do that later. But there are 2 tiers of coverage. The first tier, if the vehicle has, again, fewer than 100,000 miles, the coverage is $2,000. And if the vehicle has fewer than 50,000 miles, that warranty doubles to $4,000. Now, let me take it off a screen share. I go back and forth from what I call teach mode and preach mode. So when I have my spreadsheet up, I'm in teach mode. When I go full screen, I get into preach mode. So when do you guys offer that first service, be it brake, coolant, power steering, trans, coolant, is very important. Here's what I mean. If you guys are offering a diff service, the very first diff service, say it's 60,000 miles, I implore you to think about the strategy of offering that at like 45 or 48,000 miles. So if we are, and that is because that coverage of $4,000, when they get into that tier of coverage, they get to stay in that tier forever. So let me give you a different example. Customer comes in, 45,000 miles on their Tacoma. They do a diff service. Their warranty would go from 45 to 75 with $4,000 of coverage. If they were to do another service at 75 to extend it, they get to stay in at that $4,000 of coverage. So it gives the customer a little incentive to do the services maybe a little earlier than they're accustomed to. Cool. So let me go back to teaching, share my screen. Okay. Now, Tammy, do they use our transmission fluid?
Fluid?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so your transmission warranties, because you do not use our transmission fluid, will be cut in half. So if you just use the kit, you get half of the warranty. If you choose in the future to use our transmission fluid, you would get the complete coverage. Okay, next. You guys probably use extended warranties all the time. Some are easy to use, some of them are harder to use. I will challenge you to find an easier extended warranty to use than my coverage. Here's what I mean. All mock claims can be handled locally. You and your customers don't have to call India. You don't have to call Indiana. If you reach out to Tammy, she'll walk you through this very simple process, which is this. So say you sold a coolant exchange around Thanksgiving last year. And next month, a guy comes in and he says, hey, I'm smelling some, like antifreeze. You take a look, you diagnose the vehicle as a heater core replacement. You look in history, and when doing so, you say, man, you know, around Thanksgiving, this guy did a coolant exchange. Let me see if this warranty is real. So you print out that RO that lists mock coolant service or an op code that's tied to our part number or mock part number 2301 or 1164, whatever your part number is. Any of those things would suffice. You take a picture of that RO, text it to Tammy. Hey, customer states that they're smelling antifreeze. Looks like it's a heater core replacement. Probably going to cost around $1,900 to replace. Is this covered? Send. Give us about an hour. We have some hoops to jump through. We have some ladies that live all across the country that help us process these warranties quickly. So give us about an hour. Within an hour, Tammy's either going to call you or text you with authorization. Yep, fix it. Fix it just as if the customer were going to pay. I'm not asking you to discount your labor rate, your flag time, your parts price, nothing. Fix it. Customer pay. Get them to sign the RO that says the work was completed. Take a picture of it. Send it to Tammy. Hey, here's the final invoice. You owe us $1,978.52. Send. Customer's free to leave. We cut a check back to the dealership. We don't ask for fluid samples. We don't send out engineers. Again, the only evidence that we need is a copy of those ROs and your word that it wasn't broken when it got here. So let me take it off of teach for a minute and go back to preach. So could you like hammer us? Could you cheat us? Sure you could, but I take you as a team of your word. I take you as professionals who won't do that. So long as you're not taking advantage of us and repairing or putting a coolant exchange on a vehicle that already has a leaky radiator, we shouldn't have any problems. We make warranty claims every week. I am personally a part of our warranty claims committee, so I could be one of the people that are texting you back that as well. But Tammy has full authority to do anything on the warranties. So you are talking to the warranty claims department. And I believe that if we embrace this warranty, it's going to lead to more sales. And again, I'll get to that shortly. And again, if you have any questions on this, please log in. Next, what does it cover? All of our fluid exchanges cover all mechanically lubricated parts, okay? So we're talking on brake fluid, our most popular claims are brake calipers and master cylinders. On coolant, we're talking radiator coverage, heater core coverage, water pump coverage, power steering, and this is the older hydraulic power steering. It's power steering pump and power steering racks. On transmission and gear oil, it's any internal lubricated part. So what I like to do, and again, I'll go back to preaching, I want to segue from the Toyota warranty to your warranty at Kinsel Toyota. And you heard me correctly. I want this to be your warranty. Your customers don't know Mach for anything, and I want to keep it that way. I do not want Mach to be the reason that someone visits Kinsel Toyota. They're coming there for you. They're coming there for that Toyota sign. I don't want them to come for Mach. We do not want to be the heroes behind this warranty. We just want to be the checkbook. Okay, that's the philosophy I take. And at the end, I'll share with you another thing that we can do with your warranty to personalize it even more. So what does it not cover? What it doesn't cover is leaky lines and hoses, normal wear and tear items, just like essentially even a Toyota warranty does. Now that is the coverage for every single fluid exchange, exact same coverage, 30,000 miles, any internal lubricated part. It does not cover leaky lines and hoses. Next, we have a fuel warranty. Our fuel warranty lasts 15,000 miles, and it covers fuel pumps and fuel injectors. So let me ask you guys this, and you can respond in the chat or you can unmute yourself and speak. When do you guys offer a complete fuel system service, a fuel injector service, or a decarb service? What's your current strategy? Most people offer it around 30,000 miles. When do you guys offer it? What mileage do you offer your fuel system services? 30K. Cool. So here's what happens commonly with 30K services. Since our warranty only lasts 15,000 miles, I ask you to explore this strategy. I don't want to ever take away from labor sales. So I want you to continue to offer your fuel services every 30K. And I have word tracks for that in a different class called Success Cycle. But if we're offering, so we got a Toyota Tacoma, we're going to do a fuel system service at 30,000 miles. Our mock warranty, though, only goes from 30,000 to 45,000. And if we don't offer another fuel service until 60, they have that 15,000 mile gap. And that's what I want to plant this seed. You can supplement your fuel offerings with just a simple tank additive. Normally, that tank additive is sold to the customer for around $25. The reason that it's important, once you do that fuel system service, 15,000 miles later, if the customer just purchases that tank additive, they get to keep the warranty another 15,000 miles. So in this instance, you offer that Toyota customer a 30,000 mile fuel service. At 45K, you would just offer them a tank additive. At 60K, you would go back to your big fuel service. So it would go big service, little service, big service, little service. And yes.
Jessica, yes, we absolutely can get you the additive. You know, that's a great way to, you know, fill in so that they don't lapse in coverage. So yes, if you want to start offering that, we can definitely get it to you.
Yeah, and with most of the Toyota cars being direct inject, the tank additive that we have that's formulated for that is called Enhance. It's a really cool product. We've seen great results. So we'll get Tammy to bring some of those by. So it would go big service. I
just ordered some.
Cool. All right. So
I should have some coming in.
We're ahead of the game, babe. That's what I'm talking about. So it'd go big service, little service, big service, little service. Customer could perpetually stay on the warranty at a slightly smaller investment. So let me go back to teaching. Next, we have an oil warranty. Now, this oil warranty lasts 10,000 miles, and it covers any internal lubricated part. Any internal lubricated part. Now, why this one is so cool is we could essentially offer this at every oil change once a customer gets out of Toyota Care. I don't like offering a lot of stuff like this when people are still on Toyota Care. It gets a little weird, so I steer clear from this. But around that 45,000 mile mark, start offering this oil additive. And again, as you get to know your customers, just ask them, how long you plan on keeping your Camry? How long do you plan on keeping your 4Runner? Are you keeping it much past 50 or 60,000 miles? If they say yes, hey, I got a great way to invest in your vehicle. Are you familiar with our oil additive? No, what you got? Well, a friction modifier that goes in with your new oil. It's going to give you a warranty on your engine that you no longer have after X amount of miles with Toyota. So that is a real easy pitch. Again, it retails for the most part for around $20. And we get to, once you kind of embrace that product and you speak about it at every oil change, what's going to happen is an important transition. You're going to begin to train your customer that when they invest in their vehicle with you at Kinsel Toyota, they get that warranty in return. And they will start asking you about other coverages. I see it all across the country. Once you begin to indoctrinate and train your customers, they're going to ask for more and more coverage. So that's a good thing. Any concern with all the fuel pump recalls? No, obviously, okay, so our warranty, say you did a fuel system service and then you got a recall, or if you did a fuel system service and they had an extended warranty. We want you to use the recall to replace the fuel pump. We want you to use your extended warranty first. We definitely do not want to combat the things that your guys sell in finance. But no, I don't have a concern with it. In the event that, you get a bad fuel pump and you put our fuel tank additive in and then 900 miles later it goes out, I'm paying for it. And the thing with our warranty is it doesn't have to be because like the mock fluid broke something or, this bad thing happened because of this. It's for any reason other than collision. Like it's not an insurance policy. If you do a coolant exchange and then rear end somebody on Dowling and bust your radiator, that's not what we're talking about. But for any reason, if your radiator were to start leaking, we pay. So yeah, there are some little nuances with BMWs. They have some fuel concerns as well. So that's one of our more popular claims is to do fuel claims with BMWs because they have some issues that are inherent to that vehicle as well. So no, I'm not worried about it at all. Let's sell it. Sell as many as you can. And I hope that you have a warranty claim soon. Reason that I say that, I see a spike in sales every time a dealership has a warranty claim, because you guys are going to believe in it. And you're going to share with that next customer, nah, man, if you do a coolant exchange, we have a warranty that covers it. You know, I just had a customer last week who had a claim and it went smoothly. We got them in and out in a day. Your speech is going to help solidify that warranty and make it even more important to your customers. So now I hope you guys have a claim soon. So let me go back to teaching. Oh, yep. Go ahead.
It also adds value. Like they're spending all this money. They come in and you're selling this service. And when they leave there, if you don't tell them about the warranty, you know, they're like, man, that was, you know, spent a lot of money. And when you do tell them about the warranty, you know, it adds value. They're like, oh man, you know, I've got a warranty, but you know, that's great.
Yep. One of the things, and I'll go off to just speak to you guys openly on this. I share with people all the time, what makes your brake pads so good? Why should I buy your brake pads when I can just go to Star Brake and save $20? And they always come back, well, ours are warranted for this amount of miles, or they're warranted for life. You believe that that builds value to your customer, and so do I. It's the same thing with our stuff. See, I never speak to a team and say, you should use my brake fluid because my brake fluid's better than your brake fluid. I don't do that. Toyota's got great brake fluid. Toyota's got great gear oil. Reason that you ought to use mine instead of theirs is when you use mine, you get a 30,000 mile warranty. When you use Toyota's, you don't. That's the only reason. I think it's a value to the customer. I think when you share it with the customer, they're going to see a benefit. So one more thing, and then I'll share with you guys how I use it to sell, and we'll wrap up. So all of these warranties can be renewed by doing the service again. So it should become a retention tool for you and your customers. And again, it should become a way that you train your customers that when they invest in their vehicle at Kinsel Toyota, they get valuable coverage. So let me go over a few questions, make sure that you guys, these are the highlights. Is there a waiting period? Yes, it's 60 days and 750 miles. What's the length of the fluid exchange warranty? 30,000 miles. What's the length of the fuel warranty? 15. And again, Tammy will bring by some products to fill in your gap. What does that fuel warranty cover? Fuel pumps, fuel injectors. So now, how do you use it? Well, one of the ways that I encourage you to use it is to get out our warranty brochure when someone purchases a service, circle the service that they bought, and just write in how many miles it is until the warranty runs out. Hand it to them and say, hey, Ms. Buckholtz, throw this in your glove compartment. If you ever have a concern with your radiator or your water pump, you could have coverage. Just give them evidence. Don't let your customers leave without at least sharing with them the valuable coverage they already have by purchasing that service. Don't keep it a secret. So my favorite way is just circling it, handing it to them. The analogy that I give with my classes all year is if you go to Lowe's and you buy something and buy one of their extended warranties, they print out a receipt that's like this long, they triple fold it, staple it, put it into a packet, share with you how to register it. And that could be on a $110 ceiling fan. We're allowing customers to leave Kinsel Toyota every day with $4,000 of coverage, and we don't share it with them. I implore you, if you get anything out of this class, please let your customers know that they get this valuable coverage. They get it whether they know it or not, but they can't use it unless they know it. Cool? So another thing that we can do, I'll go back to share screen. See how this says mock warranty. We can take that mock logo right off and put your Kinsel Toyota logo right on. We can change the colors to red. We do it all the time. We leave everything the same, even the phone numbers and addresses at the bottom of the screen. A customer could easily do a warranty claim by themselves, but I don't like to steer people that way. I want you to control your customers. I encourage you, think about it. Put that mock logo on your Toyota or your Kinsel Toyota logo on that mock brochure, and let people know that by investing at Kinsel Toyota that they get something out of it. So that's another way to use it. Now, how I like to, and here's an example of what we did at Bell Chevy. So how I like to use it to sell, and we'll wrap up and hopefully set up what is going to be our next class. I don't want you guys coming off like a warranty salesperson. You're not Matt Hillier in finance. So what I want you to do is I want you to only talk about the warranty Now, again, if they buy it without you saying anything, I want you to give them a brochure, just like we just discussed. However, when you're selling, I want to use the warranty as a way to overcome objections. So what are the most common objections? I don't have money. I don't have time. I don't understand what you got. I got to talk to my old lady. I got to talk to my old man. So if anybody gives you those common objections, I want you to come back with a sentence like this. I totally understand money is always a concern, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't share with you this. By taking advantage of this today, you qualify for a 30,000-mile warranty of up to $4,000 of coverage for any internal lubricated part in your rear end. Reason that's important, right now your coverage on that is about to expire with Toyota. If any of those parts were to go out, you'd be looking at a replacement cost of about $1,200. That's what I want to help you avoid. Because see, when somebody comes back with money, I want to come back with value. Now, if somebody says, man, I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for a diff service. I want to share with them, well, hey, man, it is time sensitive. Let me share with you why. By taking advantage of this today, you qualify for a 30,000-mile warranty up to 4,000. It's the same speech. Because see, when somebody says time, I want to come back with them of why it's urgent to do this service today. If somebody says, man, you know, that's not in my Toyota manual. I got world standard transmission supposed to last forever. Hey, it is built to last forever. But if your transmission were to go out at 108,000 miles and you don't do this service, you don't get any assistance. If you do this service, you get X amount of assistance. Again, I want to come back with the value of that warranty. So in the class that I would like to give to you guys next is my success cycle class. It kind of goes over word tracks of how we can sell before and after. Again, I don't know a lot about your strategy, but most of the time, most sales are done after a multi-point inspection. So how do you guys set up that multi-point inspection? How do you build value into your team and what they're doing and how they're working? When you get that multi-point inspection, how do you cover it with the customer? Are you going over the same items every time? Are you giving people green, yellow, red? Are you speaking to them about, again, the value of coming to Kinsel Toyota? So I have an entire speech that sets the customer up properly using positive language. When somebody says no, we have to be anticipating that no, and we come back with either the value of what we're trying to sell them, pitch them, all of customer. That's a popular class. Video multi-point inspection classes, if you guys do a video multi-point, is popular as well. But that's really it for the warranty. It's a 30-minute class. We've been rolling for 30 minutes. Urska, y'all have any questions, comments, concerns about the warranty?
No, everything has been very informative and good. Okay, I had text Tammy something to and I'll give her a minute.
Okay. Yes. It basically increased to 100,000 miles. So I'll bring you some new brochures, and it went from 8-year coverage to 10 years. So the vehicle can be 10 years old.
Yeah. So we did have a change.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's going to be a great selling key for us, as well as my advisors understanding this and being able to utilize it. We filed a claim with you guys, and it was just that effortless. It was just that was it. So I don't know if we have put enough effort on how much of a warranty, how great of a value it is to our customers. But hearing that and having everyone hear the input on what we have to offer the customers is great. Another fact that I was trying to understand as far as I want you to restate that part about why we would offer it sooner than later.
Yeah. Okay. So any service that we would offer at 60K. So there are a bunch of things that, you know, are and again, excuse my ignorance. I do not know. I don't have a interval chart for your store, but anything that we offer for the first time at 60,000 miles. So I'll just say coolant, because that's a very popular thing to offer at 60K. I urge you to offer that. And if something's in the owner's manual of Toyota that says you should do it at 60K, I urge you to offer that at 45K. Because if we wait until 60K and they do what you ask them to do, they get $2,000 of coverage. If they were to do that a little earlier than you guys are accustomed to, say at 45, they would get to $4,000 of coverage. And then every time they chose to do that subsequently, they would get to stay in at that $4,000 tier. So it's a little incentive for customers to do services a little earlier rather than a little later. Cool.
Okay, that explained it. Because I was trying to understand that, and I see it here on the background, but that really did explain it for us.
Yeah.
So that was good. That was my question. Go ahead.
Okay, let me ask you this. When do you guys offer your first brake fluid exchange?
15K. We'll start off on
Okay.
brakes at 15.
Cool. So that would be a $4,000 item. Coolant. When do you guys offer your first coolant service?
We've standardly been starting at everything else at about 30. I need to see which ones, because we have a chart that we use, kind of selling menu. And so we really strongly go off of that. But I'm trying to make sure that we're in the guidelines, because now I understand the 2,000 worth of warranty versus the 4,000 of warranty, and getting the customers locked in at 4,000. So we'll review those again.
And
We do have. Go ahead.
I emailed you a copy of the menu that y'all had previously back in February, but we were going to review it for pricing. So let me know. We can get together on that, and if you want to change some of the intervals, we can, and then we can
probably
get those
changes,
printed.
Tammy, and also look at pricing of the additives. So I kind of held off on that because we were doing the DMS and we were trying to just see where all we're going to go. But probably we'll look at that and then see how we add the additives in, how we, I need to understand the additives, how we sell that, pricing, and different things like that. So if it's labor, so that's something you and I can discuss when you come by.
Yes.
And don't forget, being a native of Southeast Texas, I remember the heat. It's about to be AC season. So we can bring products by and make sure that everyone is comfortable with the AC offerings, because it is AC season in Southeast Texas. So that's something that I always want to remind folks in the spring. So what other questions, comments, concerns? What else can we cover today?
I think that's it. You guys have been very thorough with it. Lisa didn't get in because she was busy, but I'm going to make sure I pass on the new changes to her. With her, she's my mock beast. So I'll put her here. So she's the one. I don't think they can see. So I'll cover this information with her, and we'll just take it and run from that. Possibly we'll set up some more training with the staff. But we appreciate this. This information is going to be really good. Tammy, I'll follow up with you so we can get our brochures updated and get the other stuff at hand for us. But we thank you guys for your time. Okay?